Chosen vessels, what's the deal? I need the whole entire galactic family to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it. Jesus Christ, your haters need some milk. They're legally blind and they weren't given eyes to see your vision. Let's talk about it. Your haters need some milk. They're worried too much about you. They're too focused on what you're doing. They may even be trying to compete with you. They're going to get themselves hurt trying to compete with a chosen one. They're gonna inflict some personal damage trying to keep up with you, what you're trying to do, and the vision that you see for yourself. There can only be one you. You can't be anybody else. Nobody else can be you. Somebody's trying to be you, they need some milk. Somebody's trying to do your thing, they need some milk. They got to realize that they got their own thing that they need to be doing. People can't be anybody but themselves. All you could be is the authentic you. All you could be is the realest version of you. You can't be anybody else. You might admire what some people are doing. You might respect, like, appreciate what others are doing. But you can't be them. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's trying to be you, anybody's trying to compete with you, anybody's trying to copy you, they need some milk because they're legally blind. They can't see that they have their own thing that they need to be doing. All right, if you want to be positive and other people are positive, that's cool. You can be positive in your own way. You don't have to be positive the way everybody else is being positive. All right, everybody's got a message. All right, but the thing is, it's how you deliver yours. It's how you do your thing that sets you apart from everybody else. Everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got a format that they use, and everybody's got a template. Your format, your template might be similar to the next person's, but you won't need some milk if you're not trying to compete with them, copy them, and do what they do. All right, everybody has a template. Everybody has a format. Some people similar, some people not so similar. But the thing is, you do your own thing within that. All right. Otherwise, you're going to need some milk because you can't compete with somebody doing their own thing. You can't compete with somebody that is, you can't compete with somebody that is original, somebody that's got their own ideas, somebody that's creative, somebody that can think of something creative when they don't have any ideas. They don't have to go take something from somebody else. They don't have to go, you know what, that's what they did. All right, I'm going to go do that. You don't need some milk. All right. We got the juice over here. All right. So we don't need to go do anything anybody else is doing. We could do our own thing. So when people try to compete with you, when people try to copy you, they're going to be running at a snail's pace, and they're going to be running at a standstill. They're going to think they're going somewhere, but they're not going to be going anywhere. All right, trying to compete with you, waiting for you, waiting to do something when you do something, instead of going and doing it on their own. Oh, so and so's doing that. All right, bet that's what I'm about to do. You about to need some milk. You about to end up legally blind because you don't have eyes to see that person's vision. All right, you don't have eyes to see their vision. Everybody has a vision. What's your vision? You're supposed to be following what God wants you to do for your life, not what God wanted other people to do for their life. You're supposed to be doing your thing. Everybody's got a thing. If you knew that thing that you always knew you were supposed to be doing, all right, that thing that you always knew that you were going to be successful at, that thing that you always had an interest in, that thing that you always, you know what, I think I'd be good at that. Whether it be motivational speaking, whether it be a self-help coach helping people. Maybe you like to help people. Maybe you're a motivator. Maybe you're a firefighter. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe want to be an Olympic swimmer. Whatever it is that you want to be, that's what you should go do. You don't have to do what anybody else wanted to do. If you're a positive, motivational type person and that's what you want to do, you could do that. You could do it and you could do it in your own way. There's millions of motivational speakers. There's millions of life coaches. Everybody's got their own way. Everybody's got their own thing, their own format. Everybody's got their way of doing things. Everybody's got their own style. All right, it may be the same things that people are teaching you. Everybody's teaching health, wealth, success, prosperity, and how to become the best person that you could be. Yeah, but everybody's got their own way of doing it. Her way is different than his way. His way is different than her way. Everybody's got their own swag. Everybody's from different places. People sound different. Nothing should be the same. All right. So when people trying to compete with you, when people are waiting for you, when people are eyeing you, oh, that's what he did, I'm going to do that. That's what she did, I'm going to do that. They're going to need some milk. They're going to need some milk, all right? They going to need some milk because they're legally blind and they weren't given eyes to see. You know what you want to do. You know how creative you can get. You know that there's no limit, there's no end, there's no stop to your creative ability. You know that it's infinite. You're that confident in your creative ability that you know that you could create anything on the drop of a dime. You create anything whenever you want. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing holding you back except your own thoughts, except your own mind. It's a mental thing. However great you see yourself being, that's how great you could be. However creative you see yourself being, if you're able to tap in and focus, that's how creative you're going to be. You're going to be able to create and make some of the most incredible, impactful art form or music or speech or drawing, whatever it is that you want to do. You're going to be very impactful at it. So make sure you ain't needing some milk out here. All right. Make sure your haters are the ones that need the milk. Make sure you're not a hater. And I know you're not. They tried to paint you out to be one, but I know you're not. And that's something. And that's why they're going to need some milk, because they spend too much time on you. They even tried to make you a hater. How you going to try to make somebody a hater? People will try to force jealousy on you because they're the one that's actually jealous. They're just trying to flip the script because they need some milk. They need some milk. Jesus Christ. Okay? Jesus Christ. Yo, they need some milk and they are legally blind. Okay? They're legally blind. They can't see that they got their own thing. They can't see that they got a vision. All right, they can't see that without a vision, the people perish. They're perishing, focused on you and your vision and what you're supposed to be doing with your life. They're more worried about you. They can go off and do whatever it is that they want to do. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody. There's multiple people in the same profession. All right, you got Michael Jordan, you got Larry Bird, you got what's that dude's name? Wilt Chamberlain. All right, you got all these dudes. Everybody's inspired the last one. They all played basketball. They all had their different style. They all wanted to do the same thing and be the same thing. So there's nothing wrong with people wanting to do something similar as someone else. There's nothing wrong. Oh, that person's a motivational speaker. That person's a motivational speaker. This person's a life coach. That person's a life coach. You like what you like. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. You want to be what you want to be. There are people who do things all the time. They go to events, watch speakers, watch life coaches. There's always that one person in the crowd that says, hey, you know what? I can do that. I see myself doing that. And if that's who you are, if you see yourself doing something that somebody else is doing, believe in yourself. But just know you could do it your own way. You're just as creative as that person. You're just as live, just as funny, just as respectable as that person. You could be just as great as anybody that you see being great. It depends on how you look at your situation. If you think you can do something, you can. And unfortunately, if you think you can't, you're both right. So it boils down to whatever you tell yourself. Whatever you tell yourself about yourself, that's what you're going to believe. All right. So I know you believe in yourself, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have haters watching you. You wouldn't be saying, Jesus Christ, why are these people monitoring me? Why are these people watching me? Why can't people just let me? Why won't they just let me be? Tell me why. Why won't they just let me be? Somebody tell me why. All right, that they're going to be doing things that are uncalled for, and you're just gonna have to take a deep breath, and you don't have to just you have to take a deep breath and thank God that that's not you. There are gonna be times like that. All right, there are gonna be plenty of times where you have to breathe through things. Thank God that he helped you get through that wisely as you could, and just be grateful that you know what I can get through this. I'm gonna breathe through this, and I'm gonna say a prayer. All right, because this person needs some milk. All right, this person about to need this person's about to need some milk. Sometimes haters just don't understand that you go through things. Your life, they think your life is just so perfect. They think everything is just so good because you're you, somebody that they want to be. They got this obsession with, and it's like you sound like an egotistical person, but you're not. All you are is aware of people that have insecurities like everybody else, except that they don't choose to deal with theirs. They choose to look at the person that is doing their best and is working on themselves, and then that's the person they choose to single out and target out, because that's the person that's not dealing with everything that they're dealing with, apparently to them it seems like. But if they were to focus on themselves more, they find out that everybody goes through these things. It's just like David Goggins says, people hide it. I choose not to hide it. I choose to seek it out, work on it, kill it, destroy it, and replace it with something better. All right. And as long as haters don't do that, they're gonna need some milk, and they're gonna be legally blind, because they're not growing, they're not improving, and they're not seeing what God's trying to show them through you, or even through their own mistakes. That's the one thing about a person that is in high development. They're going to pay attention to their mistakes. When you are developing yourself and you want to become better, you're going to pay attention to the things that you do wrong, so that way you could learn from them, and that way you won't make those mistakes anymore. A wise person always learns from his own mistakes, and especially others. So whether you're a wise man or whether you're a woman of wisdom, you're going to learn from, I like that, woman of wisdom. You're going to learn from um, your mistakes and other people's mistakes. All right. You're going to learn from what you did wrong, so you don't make those mistakes again. You're going to look at yourself and be like, you know what? So I don't need some milk, so I don't end up legally blind. Let me not do these things again, because I see where I made my mistake. I didn't try to do this on purpose, but I have to learn from my mistakes. So if you mess up, or something's not done right, hold yourself accountable. Don't blame anybody else. Look what you could have done different, when it's actually something that you could have done different. Not just gaslighting yourself because things didn't go right, and you don't want to keep making it look like you're blaming other people when you're just being honest. We're talking about something that you actually did, that you got to hold yourself accountable for. Yes, you. All right, I do too. I hold myself accountable for things. So when you're wrong, you're wrong, and you have to work on you. And you got to change that. You got to own up to yourself. Be like, yeah, I was wrong for that. And that's the best way to grow, because you could look yourself in the mirror, attack it, not put yourself down for it, work on how you feel about it. And then that way you could go through life feeling better, because if you don't care about something that happens to you, then nobody else can put you down for it, because you're not putting yourself down for it. So when things happen and you don't tear yourself down, nobody else could tear you down either. So work on yourself. If you do something wrong, something's not done right, own up to it and fix it. So that way you won't be like your haters, not self-improving, blaming other people for their problems and mistakes, and actually not just blaming them, but taking it out on them. All right. At least if you blaming somebody for your problem, don't go take it out on them. All right. But you shouldn't be blaming anybody for your problems. You should assess the situation, look at it, and see how you can, even if somebody did cause you a problem, don't focus on the person, don't focus on the problem, focus on yourself and the solution. That's what's going to get you out of this thing. Focusing on the person and the problem is only going to keep you involved with that person or the problem. So you want to focus on the solution and yourself. That way, take the other person out the equation, get rid of the negative energy, focus on something positive, which is yourself, putting yourself in a better position and the solution. So that way you can figure out how to not keep having these problems. But your haters, on the other hand, people are going to be who they are. People are going to want to do what they want to do. You can't stop people from trying to stop you from accomplishing your goal. You can't stop people from trying to compete with you, especially when they don't even know what you're doing. That's one of the oddest things, and that's how you know a person is a narcissist. They don't even know what you're up to. They don't even know what you're doing, but they're in competition with you. They're trying to keep up with you. You got all these things you're doing. You got to go out, get something, and get back to where you're going so you can get back to work. People be out in public trying to compete with you. Don't even have nothing going on. They were just having a conversation for the past hour, standing in the grocery store, not doing a damn thing. And here you come, Speedy Gonzalez, because you know you got to read and you got to make this and you got to eat and you got to work out and you got to go to work and you got to do all these things. So you rushing through because you know you got to work on your business, educate yourself, feed yourself, get some rest and exercise, and then go to work. So it's like somebody just standing there for a whole hour having a conversation, now competing with you, getting in your way, trying to beat you to a destination they don't even know where you headed. These people gonna need some milk, and they're legally blind because they're so worried about the shine and the glisten of somebody else and what somebody else look like they doing. That person looks important. You look so important, they want to look more important than you. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. They want you to see them as somebody who's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I know it's weird as heck, but when people see you as that girl, when people see you as that guy, they're going to want you to see them as that also. If they're egotistical enough, you're going to notice me as that person. I had to see you as somebody. You're going to see me as somebody, and I'm going to make sure of it. Is what they do, is what attention-seeking people do. People with borderline disorders. They need your recognition. They need your attention. What they need is some milk, all right? Because they're about to be legally blind. Your shine is going to be so bright because you actually know what you're doing. You actually know what you want to do with your life. You actually know the direction where you want to go, and you're not just hating and watching other people and competing for no reason. No reason at all. You be about to become a whole doctor out here. Somebody just go to the library and sit next to you with a book open, not even reading it. Why does this person go to the library all the time? You about to become a whole doctor. Yeah, you about to save some lives. All right. And congratulations on your degree. Yes, congratulations. All that studying, people going to the library and for no reason, just want to go there and just sit and stare at you. All you doing is studying, and you wondering why. It's because you was chosen to be a doctor. All right, and now the little doctor ops is coming after you, trying to watch you. And what's she doing? Is she completing it? They've been watching you since you got out of high school. What's she going to college for? She's studying to be a doctor. She became a doctor. What's she doing now? Like, there's people out there that just for whatever reason will just be watching you. I even saw a video. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. It said they've been watching you since birth. I gotta go check that out. Y'all probably should too. That's probably a real one. I ain't a hater. If I knew the person's name, I'd tell you to go watch and subscribe. But somebody dropped the video. They said they've been watching you since birth. All right, I think I may make my own after I make my own assumption, after I make my own conclusion and do my own research and some studying. I'm pretty sure they have been watching us since birth. All right, so don't be a hater. And don't be bothered by your haters, because just realize that they don't have a vision. And what does God say? People without a vision perish. They're going to take themselves out, trying to compete with you, trying to copy you, trying to get in your way. People will get in your way just because they see you focused on something that's not them. They have no idea what you're trying to do. Maybe they do, but because your focus and attention ain't on them, it's killing them softly inside. It's making them sick. All right, they're legally blind. All right, they need some milk because you ain't focused on them and you focused on your vision. Jesus Christ. You focused on Jesus Christ instead of them. You focused on Christ instead of them. They want the same attention. You give God, you give Jesus. They want that recognition and that attention. But that's only for, like we always say on this channel, that's only reserved for the Most High, the higher powers that be. You ain't them. Yeah, you ain't the Most High, homie. That sounds like that lower level entity stuff to me. All right, sounds like some lower level entity business. All right, and when it comes to lower level entity business, we about the Father's business, not the lower level entity business. We about our Father's business, and when you're about your Father's business, there's going to be opposition. When you're about your Father's business, there's going to be opposition. And what happens to the opposition? They're going to be legally blind. They're going to need some milk. By the time God end up sending all this fire at them, and all these chariots and all these angels, by the time they get done getting beat down with the spiritual warfare that we got coming for them, they're going to need some milk. They're going to be hurting. They're going to be down and out for the count. They're not going to be coming back this time. They're going to be trying to compete with you from they're going to be trying to compete with you from a building in a room with the Red Cross on it. They're going to be trying to compete with you from one of them spots. All right. Like, y'all almost said it. They keep trying. They're going to get it. They're going to get it in a prayer video. They keep trying us. All right. They don't know. They don't know that they need to leave us be and leave us alone. But we'll send something up real quick. All right, had the angels pull up on them. They want you talking about some spiritual warfare. We got it. All right, we got it. They will pull up on you. Ezekiel, Mark, they'll pull up on you. All right, Michael, they'll pull up on you. They will pull up. And it's not a game for real. You can call on those angels. It's not a game. They got your back. That's why your haters gonna need some milk. Because once you realize your true power, once you realize your firepower, there's no reason to get upset. There's no reason to get mad, because you know what they're really dealing with. All right, you know who they're really dealing with. They're just like we're not battling against flesh and blood. Neither are they. They aren't either. They got their team. We got ours. So I want you to know that they can't stop you from accomplishing your goal. They can't stop you from going after your dream. They can't stop you from becoming what you're supposed to be. All you have to do is keep your mind on the right things. And when they come up trying to copy, when they come up trying to hate on you, don't pay attention to them. When they come up doing weird things, you walk out the house wearing all black, they walk out the house wearing all black. And not even that, they want you to see them doing it. They walking out the house the same time you walk out the house, right next to you. Hello. Before you can even turn your head, before you could even take your key out the door after locking it, they already out there with their door locked, standing there waiting for you with their keys in hand, glasses on because they can't look you in the eye because they need some milk. Hello. Forced interaction like a mug. When they do that, you can speak if you want to. Yeah, you can speak if you want to. I will act like I don't see a person and keep it moving and just go about my day. All right, because it's so many times where I done thought about situations like that where I'm like, yo, this person is casing me out. This person is stalking. This person is low key like monitoring. So it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. I know I can't go to the house manager about it. They're not going to care. They're not going to want to check the camera. They're not going to say anything about it. It's just something that I have to do. Well, what do you want me to do? I want you to tell the person to leave me alone and go about their own day and their own life. But since you can't do that, that's fine. They don't want to comply, that's fine. They're going to need some milk. They're going to be legally blind because I'm going to sick Jesus Christ on them. And I'm going to say some prayers. You monitor me. You watch me. I'm going to deal with you in the spiritual realm. you monitor and you watch me, we're going to deal with you in the spiritual realm. All right. So everybody keep that armor on. All right. Keep that God armor on. Love, faith, trust. All right. In his word. All right. Keep that armor on. Stay protected. Know you're protected. All right, you got angels watching you. You got auntie, grandma, grandpa, everybody prayers over you. You're protected, never neglected, anointed, and never disappointed, and standing under the spout where all the blessings are pouring out. I want to thank all you amazing chosen vessels for watching this video. All right, shout out to the entire galactic family. We're not leaving anybody out. That's the star seeds. That's the divine ones, the chosen ones, the light beings, the divine beings, all y'all included too. That's why I like to say the whole entire galactic family. I don't want to leave nobody out. All right, so I'll see everybody in the next video. This has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to the whole entire galactic family. We the chosen vessels. All right. God bless everybody. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.